The Geico PBA Team Shootout, hosted by Six Flags, is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com. By Six Flags, Great America's Summer's Essential Escape. SixFlags.com. And by Denny's, home of the real breakfast, made just for you.
We welcome you back to the Geico PBA Team Shootout. Mike Wolf. Here's a young man who bowled 2 300s at the age of 12, won a big tournament last season. Randy Peterson caught up with him to talk about his win in Cheektowaga.
Mike Wolf, you got your invite here by winning the 2007 Etonic Championships. And you didn't just win. I mean, you beat some pretty big heavyweights en route to your third title. Take us through that day.
Yeah, what a way to win a third title. You start off with Chris Barnes in the opening match, kind of snuck by him late in the game, and then my reaction kept getting better, and they brought on Walter, and he lost a few hits, but my reaction was pretty good, so we made it through that match pretty easily.
Talk about this format and the kind of fun that you're having this week.
It's such a different feel in the team event because you've got 4 guys that can pick you up. You're going to have your down moments. Everybody's going to have them, but it's you got 4 guys that are there to bail you out and to keep you pumped up and keep rolling with it.
Thanks, Mike.
We remind you to log on to PBA Extra Fame, the league's online video service. You can get it at PBA.com now. The first of back-to-back Hall of Famers for Voss's Bosses. Here's Pete Weber.
Square. Here it comes.
Leaving the 3-6-10.
Well, Pete not known for going real straight, and right now that's what this pattern's calling for, but he can play pretty much any angle, anytime, anywhere. And that's why he's a Hall of Famer who's made over $3 million.
Nice pickup for the 1980 PBA Rookie of the Year.
And it seems like it was just yesterday.
Are you lined up?
Roth's Raiders up now. They are a little bit lefty intensive. Here's Patrick Allen.
Come on.
PA, that is the lefty version of the 3-6-10. The 2-4-7.
There you go. Former Player of the Year, Patrick Allen, 10 titles. He's had a pretty nice career thus far.
Was the 04-05 Player of the Year. 10 tour titles to his credit, including one last season in Baltimore.
You're lucky.
All 3.
Whoever picked it up, ditto for Allen.
Good job. No bargain there.
And now the anchors take stage. Here's Norm Duke bowling the 5th and 10th frame for Voss's Bosses. Get down 7.
This shot here is just a little tight. Norm wanted it a bit right of that. Almost gets lucky tripping the 7 late.
Norm Duke owns 5 career major titles, won 2 of them last season.
There you go. Better holes in the side.
No, you just turn it.
Really good.
Bowling anchor for Roth's Raiders, Tommy Jones from Simpsonville, South Carolina.
All right, shoot, baby. Come on. All right, good pitch.
Jones, one of the few in PBA history who has won Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year honors in his career.
This ball drifts just a shade high, leaving the 4-pin. And I thought that last season was real important for Tommy Jones because the season prior, he really struggled. Last season, he comes back nicely and wins not once but twice. And I look for Tommy Jones to do some big things in the 08-09 season.
I agree with you, and the fact that Mark Roth is putting a lot of faith in him and putting him in that anchor position when he has a pretty loaded team as well, including this year's Player of the Year, Chris Barnes, but it's Jones who goes into that position, and we go back to the top of the order. Well, Mike Scroggins, the lefty, drops them all. The last pick, again, he wasn't even a pick. The last guy left in the draft.
I know. Hard to believe it is. As well as he's bowled out on this tour the last 5 or 6 seasons. Boy, you wouldn't think Mike Scroggins would go last. He's just a real unassuming guy that just quietly goes about his business.
And here's a first-round pick, Chris Barnes.
Come on,
Carry.
4 times. Let her down. All right, right now.
You know, the tough part of this format is the fact that you throw one shot and then you sit for about 10 minutes before you throw another shot. In regular competition, we're used to getting up and throwing one shot, then throwing another shot, maybe sitting for about 3 minutes. So the rhythm is completely different in this format.
It's not easy to get that rhythm back either, especially if you're sitting on a bad ball that you just left. Here's Mike Scroggins. He went spare, sacked, and dropped all 10. It's a tight one between Boss's Bosses and Roth's Raiders. The conclusion when we return.